All right, y'all. Today is the day. It is the start of Wrestlemania. Today is Wrestlemania Night 1. I'm Alan Spidey, featuring my boy Garin T. And yes, I know what y'all going to say. Why are you rocking the Alan Flawless stuff if your name is Alan Spidey? Because, don't ever forget, this is my wrestling gig here. Yes, I'm trying to make this comeback thing happen. I don't know if I'm going to succeed, but I'm going to represent it no matter what. So with all that being said, we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about WrestleMania Night 1. I think we're going to save Night 2 for tomorrow. Actually do that, before the show gets going. I just got to say this. I think the build this year has been not the best. What do you think?
It's true. I don't know if that's a Triple H thing, a TKO thing, or USA, Netflix. It might be some of all of it, but yeah, this hasn't been the best build-up this year.
And before we get to our predictions and who we want to win, stuff like that, I got to say one other thing. Now, think about WrestleMania. One thing that gets me really, really hyped up for WrestleMania is the stage. And that's actually why I'm not as excited, because they did a stage reveal yesterday, and that stage looks like absolute shit, in my opinion.
Blame Bruno Mars for that, because he had a concert, and they couldn't get him to move it, so they had maybe 3 days to build a makeshift stage. And they even made people sign a waiver, so if something happens to the stage, to people who sit above it, they can't be sued, basically.
I really feel like when we went to Royal Rumble that the stage looked better than this damn thing.
Yeah.
This just does not look like a WrestleMania, but, let's hope the matches deliver. So let's get right into it here. Let's talk about our predictions and, whether we think these matches are going to be good and who we want to see win these matches. So we're going to start with the 6-man tag team match. We got the Usos and LA Knight going against Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and ISHO Speed. I really don't know what to think of this match. I mean, the tag team matches with Usos and Logan Paul and Austin Theory, I guess they were fine for what they were, and then getting ISHO Speed in there, stuff like that. I don't know what WrestleMania's fascination is with getting these celebrities in here, but it is what it is. I think ISHO Speed will probably do some decent stuff in this match, honestly.
Yeah, he's there for the high spots. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he's taking his training seriously, which it looks like he has from his videos. But yeah, I would have started with a championship match to start off WrestleMania, but hopefully this gets everything started off on the right foot. I'm thinking, I don't know if anybody's going to turn on anybody in this match. I don't know if it's going to be a clean finish, but I hope. Well, I'm going for the Usos and LA Knight, but they need to rebuild the division back up with all these injuries and everything, so I can see them winning too.
With this being the opening match, I don't think we're going to get interference in this one. I think we're going to get, I don't know how I'm going to say clean. You might get some low blows or distractions or something like that, but I don't think we're going to get any interference in this match. Now, I think in this match, I'm probably going to go with the Usos and LA Knight, because does the division really need this? They got the tag team titles.
That's true, but they just got them and then start losing. Of course, that's WWE kind of, you get the belt and then you start losing a lot when it's non-title matches. So,
and that's WWE's excuse to still say you're being pushed right now.
Yeah.
So I can see the division eating this loss. Maybe with ISHO Speed accidentally costing them the match or something like that. But I think this is going to set something else up down the future. Maybe you get ISHO Speed in a singles match or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't care too much about this match. But my prediction is I do think the Usos and LA Knight are going to come away with this win. Who do I want to win? Same thing. Usos and LA Knight.
Yeah, pretty much the same like I said earlier. I think want the Usos and LA Knight to win. Started off with the faces winning, but like you said, I can see ISO Speed making a mistake and cost them the match, or somebody might turn on somebody else. I don't know. Maybe that's too early for a first match, but it's definitely going to happen. Probably multiple times both nights somebody's turning on somebody.
Oh, and also something else. I thought it was rather funny when the Usos debuted that new theme. Like a week later, they were right back to Jey Uso's theme, which I think is really stupid, because how are you going to come out to it's just me, Us, and it's two of you?
Yeah, that's
I mean, they just go back to the day one remix.
Yep.
And, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't understand where WWE is going with all this stuff, especially with the theme music. And I really hate it when they do tag teams now. If it's not an actual tag team, they combine the wrestlers' themes, and it just ends up sounding really stupid.
Yep.
So with that being said, we're going to go on to our next match. We have Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Are they calling this like an unsanctioned match?
Yes.
So does that mean like no holds barred or?
Pretty much anything goes.
I mean, and wasn't Drew McIntyre in this same kind of match last year with Damian Priest?
Pretty much, and then a few years ago with Randy Orton too, when they WrestleMania didn't have any crowd because of the pandemic. They had that way too long match. And they were all fighting backstage and everything, and fighting on shelves and everything.
I thought that was Edge and
Well, that might have been Edge.
That was Edge and Randy Orton, I believe. Yeah,
my bad. Old age.
I mean, I guess I kind of feel like Drew McIntyre needs this win more because he just dropped the WWE Championship. I don't know if a loss is going to hurt Jacob Fatu. I mean, Jacob Fatu is on the card at Mania.
Yeah.
That's really all he needed. And he did win the United States Championship last year, so I can see Jacob Fatu losing this match. Who do I want to win this match? I mean, I gotta be honest, I like both of these guys. I really wish Drew would have gone into this WrestleMania as WWE Champion. I've been a fan of Drew McIntyre more, so I guess I would like to see Drew McIntyre pick up the win here. But if Jacob Fatu picks up the win, I'm not going to be mad. So, but my prediction is, I think, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Jacob Fatu is going to pick up this one.
I think he's going to win too. Drew, it would have been nice to see him go into Mania with the title, with everything he went through and all those losses he kept stacking and stacking and stacking, and then he finally wins the title. They only have it for what, month and a half. He was like a transitional champion. I've never really been a fan of that, but it is what it is. I think Jacob picks this up. I'm kind of on the fence 50-50. I'm good with either one. I think Jacob picks this up, but I would not be mad if Drew wins.
I mean, Drew McIntyre is that dude. Drew McIntyre has been that dude for a long time. And I don't know why WWE keeps dropping the ball with him. But yeah, I do think Jacob Fatu is probably going to pick up the win in this one. Maybe he needs it more just because Drew McIntyre has been around a little bit longer. Drew McIntyre has held pretty much every championship there is to hold. So, you know, I'm going to say Jacob Fatu takes this one. So we're going to go to our next match. Another match I don't really care too much about because there was really no build for this damn match. And we got Seth Rollins going up against Gunther. Now, here's the thing. You have been building Gunther up like an absolute beast, you know, retiring people. So I don't know that a loss is going to do him any favors right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say Gunther's going to take this one, but I don't think it's going to be clean. I feel like we could get a returning Braun Breaker.
That's probably what's going to happen. I do not want Gunther to win because I think this is all set up for Gunther versus Brock at SummerSlam, and that's why he's doing Paul Heyman this favor, because he wants Brock at SummerSlam. And, you know, I'm not trying to spoil my pick for tomorrow, but I'm worried that if Gunther wins, then Brock might win tomorrow, and I'm going to crash out if that happens. So, but for this match, I want Seth to win, but I think Gunther's going to win. This might be the first foul play match of the night, depending on where it is in the card. But yeah, this isn't going clean one way or the other.
I mean, I don't know. This match didn't have no time to build or anything, so it's super difficult for me to get behind this match. But if I'm going to say this is where Braun Breaker returns and takes out Seth. That's really the only thing I can see happening, because if you have Gunther lose right here, does this do anything for him retiring John Cena and AJ Styles? I mean, I don't know if I see Rollins taking this one. So speaking of Rollins, we go to the next match, which involves his wife. We got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. We got champion AJ Lee against challenger Becky Lynch. Now, I don't have anything against AJ Lee. I never was the hugest fan of her. I didn't necessarily dislike her. I was there when AJ Lee came back in Chicago, and I can tell you that the crowd went absolutely nuts. But I gotta be honest with you. I don't feel like it's lived up to the hype as far as since she's been back. And to be honest with you, I don't think AJ Lee needed the Intercontinental Championship. I was at Elimination Chamber when she won it. The match was just kind of lackluster. Who do I want to win this match? I want Becky Lynch to win this match. And I think Becky Lynch is going to win this match. I think Becky Lynch needs to get this win back. And AJ Lee doesn't need that championship at all. Becky Lynch doesn't necessarily need it either, but Becky Lynch has done better things with the championship. So I think Becky Lynch takes the title back here. But I don't think this is going to be a clean win.
I just want to know where the heck they've been the last couple of weeks because they haven't been on programming at all. Talk about not a build at all. I mean, shortly after Elimination Chamber, they did a couple of attacking each other on the aisle on the rampway, but we haven't seen either one of them besides maybe backstage promo. So it's kind of hard to get invested into this match. But I'm kind of on the fence about this too. I mean, how long is AJ even going to be around? I know Becky kind of hinted at this is her last go around too, but I think she's more going to be around more wrestling than AJ. So Becky picks up the win. I'm kind of leaning. I like AJ Lee, but I don't see her. I think this does do more for Becky than it does AJ, but I can see AJ winning. But I think Becky's going to get her belt back.
See, my thing with this too is like Becky Lynch. Whoever ends up being the next Women's Intercontinental Champion, I feel like if they take it off Becky Lynch, it's saying a little something. But I don't know though, because you got so many women saying they want to work with AJ Lee. Maybe AJ Lee keeps it here and they build somebody up, take it off AJ Lee. But I feel like once AJ Lee drops it, she's gonna take more time off. So I don't know. I'm still gonna. I want Becky Lynch to win this match, and Becky Lynch is my prediction to win. But it's kind of hard to call this one. It could go a couple of different ways. It just depends on what they start doing with the women on the active roster, whether they're going to start doing a brand split or what they're going to do here. Not a brand split, but a draft where they shake things up.
I think one more thing. I'm glad you said that. I think this could be a thing where Becky gets the belt back, and whoever they call from NXT, whether that be a Sol Ruka or a JCJ or whoever they call up, might be the person to take the belt off of the winner of this match. So
yep, I can almost see that happening on Raw Monday. Maybe not taking the belt right away, but the feud starting there.
Yep.
Let's see. We got the. Do we call this a fatal four-way with 4 different teams?
Yeah.
We got Flair and Bliss against Nia Jax and Lash Legend, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and supposedly the Bella Twins. And a fatal four-way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. But I'm going to go ahead and call BS on Bella Twins. They're saying that Nikki Bella has said she's going to compete. I'm calling BS on that. I think we're going to get their entrance, and then maybe somebody comes down and says, Nikki, you're not clear to compete. I think we're going to get a returning Paige in this match.
We could. I didn't know you were going to go there, and maybe people know about the signing, maybe not. I didn't know you were going to go there. I was going to leave it alone, but that's kind of what I was thinking too, that if not Paige, is going to be somebody returning, or it could be like a Mickie James, or, Trish Stratus always comes back a couple times a year. But I don't think the Bella's going to be cleared, or they'll do something where she gets attacked backstage to further her, leg being hurt. Or what about your girl Chelsea Green? Is she cleared
I
yet?
would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that.
I mean, they have options here to play with, but whether if it's both Bellas, I think they're going to win. I don't want them to win. If it's somebody else, then I think the champions are retained, and that's who I want to win. I would like to see a little bit more continuity with the belts. Have somebody hold it for like a year or two, kind of build it up more instead of this. It hasn't been hot potato, but like every 3 to 4 months, somebody else gets the belt, and I would just like to see some more tag teams, women and men.
So who do you actually want to win this match?
Overall, Lash and Nia.
That's who I want to win too. Well, then again, though, you said, what if they throw my girl Chelsea in there? You know what? Chelsea doesn't need to win this match either. She's been tag team champion. She doesn't need to win. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I want to see happen with Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Bring her back, give her a match at Mania. That's good enough for me. She's on the card. However, this is what I want to see out of Chelsea. That woman is an absolute treasure to the business. She gets it. This needs to be the year that Chelsea Green gets that Money in the Bank briefcase. That's what I want to see happen more than anything this year.
I'd be okay with it. Now, if she wins it, hopefully whoever wins it for the women, please stop cashing it in the same night. Can we get somebody waiting a little while? I'm not saying you have to wait to Mania, but I'm so over the women cashing it in the same night they get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Chelsea won't do that.
Right.
She'll
hold on to it.
We'll make like a catchy briefcase out of that. And I still think Chelsea should have won it the year that Stratton won it. That should have been Chelsea's year. But, I give Chelsea Green props because she took the biggest bump of the night. Yeah, y'all don't let me start talking about Chelsea Green because I go on all night and this entire video will be about Chelsea Green. Next match, we have champion Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Now, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of either lady. I like Stephanie Vaquer more, but I kind of felt like they put the title on her too quick. It is what it is. The championship run has not been great. I hated it when Liv Morgan was champion too, so I can't get too excited about this match. Who do I want to win? Obviously, Stephanie Vaquer, because Liv Morgan annoys the ever-living shit out of me all the time. Yeah, and I feel like it's been that way ever since this Dom storyline. You know, I know it's getting over, but that doesn't mean I gotta like it, and I don't. So I want Stephanie Vaquer to win. Who do I think is gonna win? I'm gonna stick with the exact same pick. I think Raquel gets involved somehow, and Liv ends up not winning because of it. But I think Stephanie Vaquer just needs to win clean, because you can't have a champion like that win off shenanigans. I feel like this needs to be a clean match, and Stephanie Vaquer just needs to go over. Liv is not believable to me at all, so I'm going to go with Stephanie Vaquer.
I actually kind of, her reign hasn't been the greatest. I don't know if it's been a lack of title defenses or her booking or what's going on. I know they've been pushing Liv a lot lately. This one is another toss-up. Again, it depends on if Raquel helps her or screws her over. I do see Liv winning this. I think they're going to pull the trigger on this and have Stephanie chase her, at least through Backlash. As we all know, Backlash is going to be rematches of tonight and tomorrow. But I think Liv is going to win this. Who I want to win? Stephanie. But again, I would like to see this. I want to see more clean matches than I want to see shenanigans both nights. I mean, there's going to be run-ins, like I said before, but I want to see more clean finishes. But I think this might be another one where somebody gets screwed over.
You know, I agree with you. They can't do this all night. They can't. This is just going to feel, it's not going to feel like much of a Mania if we have too many run-ins. So that takes us to our main event. We got the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes taking on challenger Randy Orton. Now, I'm just going to start this off by saying I did not want to see Cody Rhodes go into WrestleMania with the championship again. I'm a little tired of it. I feel like Cody does a better job at chasing the championship. Not that I want to see that either. But, you know, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Where do I go with this? I feel like you probably should give Randy Orton another championship reign here. And I want to see Randy Orton win the championship here tonight. But unfortunately, I do think Cody Rhodes is going to walk away with the win here. Why? Because he lost the championship last year. WWE is really not a big fan of people dropping the championship like twice in a row. So I don't know. I think Cody Rhodes is going to retain.
I think Randy's going to win it this time, but this match will have shenanigans. Pat McAfee at some point is going to bring his ass down there, get involved, and then Jelly Roll is going to come down there and get involved. And this is all going to set up a match at Backlash or SummerSlam or something where it's going to be Cody and Jelly Roll versus Pat McAfee and Randy Orton. But there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this match. I do think Randy wins this, and I really want to see Randy punt Cody Rhodes in the head. Please bring back the punt.
You know my problem with that match that you said that we're probably going to get?
What's that?
If they do that, then you're going to have the world champion not defending the championship at the next pay-per-view.
That's a normal thing these days, though, with WWE, though.
That's true. It's just an excuse for people to hold on to the championships longer.
Yeah.
I mean, should I really go there with what Roman Reigns was pulling all those years?
Oh, you leave the trouble people alone.
So I guess that's the full card for night one. That's our predictions. We'll see how well these turn out. If we were spot on, if we were way off. I feel like most of my predictions are probably going to be off, but we'll see. So tomorrow we'll hit y'all with our night two predictions, but these are our predictions for WrestleMania night one. And, you know, I'm excited, but I've been way more excited in previous years just because the build has been crap. So we'll see what WrestleMania night one brings. You know, if you guys are going to watch, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win matches in night one, whether you think this is going to be a good show. And also let me know if you hate that stage as much as I do.
Please, WWE, bring it tonight and tomorrow.